What's good, great people? I am Ezel Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. Hailing from Fayetteville, North Carolina, I have Rain 910 joining me today on a frank conversation. Before I get into that, I want to make sure I shout out my sponsor, Spirit Tree. If you're in the Austin, Texas area, make sure you guys download Spirit Tree. They're the best app to go to get your food and beverages. Keep the party going by rocking with Spirit Tree. What's going on?
Peace, brother. Peace.
Man, peace and blessings upon you. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
My God.
My God, I'm honored, bro. I'm honored, bro.
Oh, man. Thank you. That means a lot, man.
Man, bro, like, I mean, you said it, you retweeted it, right? You're like, man, don't meet your heroes, but, bro, like, it's an honor to meet you, bro. Like,
Oh, man.
for real.
Yeah.
It's just, because, like, man, the circles that you traveled in, right? URL, Maybach, music, man. Look, I know you got a wealth of knowledge for us.
Yeah.
Most deaf.
I'm here, man. I'm locked in with you.
Right. This is amazing. So how you feeling though? Let's get into the mental health, man. We got to check on our black man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, man. I can't complain. Well, I could complain if I wanted to complain. It's a lot going on in the world, but for the most part, I feel amazing. I feel very it's hard for me to have negative thoughts on the future.
Right.
I just feel like it's all gonna end up turning out how we need it to be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, let's go back to some of the beginnings, right? How every superhero has an origin story, right?
Yes.
What do you feel like your origin story would be?
Man, my origin story will probably be dropping out of school, right? Coming to New York and pursuing my dream at 15 and being able to do music with my brother Corey Guns. That was like the beginning. Wow. Of like people getting to know who I was, outside of my city.
Mm-hmm. And now you're originally from Fayetteville, correct?
Yes, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Got it. Man, can you speak to us of some of the challenges that you saw, right? That really just showed you how difficult it was to be a black man in America?
Just late. I think it really hit me later on. Early on, I didn't realize how bad things were. You know what I'm saying? But just growing up in the trailer park, I grew up in Lone Pine Trailer Park. It was like poverty.
Yes, sir.
We were young. We were having fun. We didn't realize how messed up things were. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think just growing up in poverty and growing up trying to, create your own games and create, which leads to you having to create your own jobs.
Right.
All of that is like hurdles when it comes to being a black man, because we're not. The majority of us are born into families where your father's a doctor, or your mother's a lawyer, and then they leave stuff for you. It's like every time a young black kid is born in the ghetto, it's like trying to start fresh, trying to, in the back of the race. So, yeah, I think growing up in Fayetteville, just being in the trailer park in poverty with my friends and just trying to figure it out with nobody to really guide us. Like us raising each other. It was kind of crazy.
Man, that's correct. I mean, but you made it out. Do you feel like you're at a place to where you can say like, well, I made it, and even, or are you like still like trying to fight to a spot to where you're like, okay, well, I'm good here. Where are you at currently on your path of success?
Yeah, I feel like I made it out way before I physically made it out. I feel like the mindset, of being poor or being broke, you know what I'm saying? And feeling like you're at the bottom. I feel like I made it once I stopped thinking like that. I stopped thinking because I didn't have any money that I was broke. I just didn't have any money at the time. But I wasn't broke. Broke is like a strong word. It's like broken. I was never broken. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it was like just being able to dream bigger and know that it's more going on outside of what we're seeing. it's just, you know, that's like step one of making it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I feel like, man, when you said that, you kind of really, you're right, because you know when we say broke, I feel, and you say it does tie to broke in, and I feel like, you know, when we say you have a broke mindset, that really does in fact break your spirit, you know,
Yes.
like, and it's something that will hinder you from being able to, you know, just advance in whatever field it is, especially
True.
if you feel like, oh man, I need money to move forward, you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And you know, money, you know, we all got things we want, and it's definitely things we need.
right,
So it's like, I'm not telling people like, don't go out here and get it. Like, go out here and get it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's yours. It's yours. So yeah, but mentally, you got to understand where you at mentally, because I know people who are financially good, but they're still like, now they're broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, they're not all the way there. Their spirit is not all the way there, and they go through, you know, just as much depression, if not more, than people that are in the hood or in the ghetto.
so then money really doesn't buy you happiness, no matter how flashy somebody seems. Then
I don't believe that.
hmm.
Being in and out of different circles, you know what I'm saying, you realize that that's bullshit. Only people you hear would say that is people who never had the money, because they're speaking from a standpoint of not being able to enjoy, you know, the material things, or just, you know, basic necessities, not being able to afford basic necessities. They feel like money will make them happy. But you know, the majority of people that you hear say money won't make you happy is people that have had money. You know what I'm saying? Or been around people of a certain status, and you realize it's more to it than that.
That's true, man. Let's get further into you. I love the knowledge, bro, but let's get further into you. Right?
Yeah.
So, which hat do you prefer to wear? The writer, the producer, or the rapper?
Oh man, the probably the writer. The
Love
writer or the rapper. Let me say the rapper. You know what I'm saying? Producing was never my thing. I was never trying. It was never my goal to be like a dope producer. I started producing out of necessity, because when the sound started changing, I love hip hop beats. You know, 90s hip hop is like everything to me. You know what I'm saying? So when it started switching a little bit, and it started getting into like the Little John phase with like the crunk music and then the snap music, and it was harder for me to find beats. I was rapping, but I couldn't find those type of the beats that I needed. Only people that were like really doing those type of beats like were like Premier and like Pete Rock and you know, the legends. But you couldn't just go up to them and be like, let me get a beat. Sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? So and it wasn't like now where it was like YouTube and Instagram and you could just hashtag beats and find some guy in his apartment cooking up. So I started making beats out of necessity, needing to keep my sound going, even at a time where it wasn't the most popular sound. And that's where that comes from. So I learned to love it, you know what I'm saying? But that's not like my first thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rapping is always gonna be like
I'm about to say, man, the freestyles, but I keep running them back. I'm like, yo, this man, god damn, like, you know, like, because it's like, bro, like, how I say this, you know, it's like those who like still truly have bars, are like, they're not on the pedestals of like these, you know, those that like they just catch a rhythm and they're able to, like, you know, it's just a catchy tune. Bars to me in 2020 is so underappreciated, you know. Like, and I don't. Do you think it'll get better with time, or what are your thoughts? Do you think real rap is gonna come back around, or what are you thinking?
Man, I don't think it truly ever left. Right? I think hip hop, when we're talking about hip hop, just people just expressing themselves through lyrics and through producing, or through just the way you dress could be hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like that's ever went anywhere. But I think when we're talking about the industry, right, and what they choose to shine light on, they choose, you know, they pick and choose what sound they want at the forefront at different times. So right now, what you're seeing on the mainstream, it's not necessarily hip hop is kind of it leans a little closer to pop music.
Right.
You know, people always rap. You know, you check out even if you go back to the early 90s, 80s, Blondie, and they were rapping, but that wasn't hip hop. They were just, it's like raps over pop records. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what we do, you know what I'm saying? What we do is like it's a whole world of that shit happening right now. It might not be on your local radio station, on your TV, whatever, but you could find it. Just like early on, you had to find it. You had to go look for hip hop prior to it being on TV and all that. You had to go dig for it. You had to go to your local record shop, or your best friend had to pass you a mixtape or some shit like that. So I think it's actually going back to that. Now, will it ever become like, will the traditional hip hop sound with lyrics and bars ever be like back at the forefront on a high scale? Well, I don't know. It depends. It just depends on if somebody could really cut through and, you know, shake some shit up.
What artists do you think currently are like, you know what I'm saying, making those cuts though? You know, because I got something that come to my mind, but it's like, you know, from your vantage point, what do you think? What's
the clearest one would be probably like Kendrick, because like Kendrick is like, he does like traditional hip hop music, and it's very rare that you hear him conform. You know, he doesn't chase radio. He doesn't, you know, he drops whenever he feels like it. You might get an album from one every 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he practices hip hop on a very high level.
That makes sense.
Their whole crew is like
the whole TDE.
Yeah, the whole TDE pretty much.
Do you listen to Isaiah Rashad?
I've heard some songs from him. Bruh, he's dope.
He is dope. I can't front.
I love rappers, man. I love guys who really rap, you know, and really take time. Not only just rap, but take time creating the music. Because you could rap and just throw on a beat and just get busy, and that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But I like hearing, you know, hip hop done correctly, what I feel is correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man. So let's talk about you though. Where do you go mentally to get those bars? Because that is unnatural. Like, for real. Like, it's just not regular, man. Because, you know, coming from a Texas dude, you know, I've heard great bars over the, you know, I always look to the up north when it came to like hearing that type of sound, right? You know, that type of cadence, and you guys would really just, you know, you would kill it. You know, it was that from storytelling rap to just, even if it was just like that flashy rap or something like that, I loved it, you know. So, but where is it that you go though mentally, you know?
I think for me it's just well, initially I always try to start with like an idea, like what is it that I want to talk about, right? And then I kind of get like my points together. Okay, I know I want to say this, and then I know I want to say this, and then it turns into, okay, well, I have the idea, I have the lines that I want to say. Now, how do I make this rhyme? You know, and then I start like adding on to it. So like, how do I make the lines, not just the N words rhyme, not just the ending of the bar rhyme? Like, how do I rhyme shit in between this? Like, then it starts becoming like this, like, I can't explain. It's like some Rain Man shit. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, like you're trying to piece these puzzles together in real time. And I don't really write anything down. So it's kind of like just sitting with the thoughts and slowly crafting it together. Sometimes it happens fast and sometimes it takes all day. But it's a process. Man, what part of Texas are you from?
I'm from Houston.
Oh, you're from Houston? Oh, that's dope. Shout out to Paul Wall. That's my guy, man. Yeah.
Hey, look, tell Paul Wall, let me interview him.
Yeah, that'd be dope. he has a lot of knowledge too on the game.
Man, see, and that's the thing. Like, you know, I have some up and coming rappers, right, that are like, hey, you know, I want to interview with you, and I'm like, oh yeah, most definitely, because like, I want to give them an opportunity as well, you know, so that they can get, you know, some support behind them. So I know there's some that like are watching right now. They're like, oh, okay, so Rain Man, make sure that.
Oh yeah, make sure you watch the movie. What is that? The movie? What's the name of the movie? I feel like
it is.
It's called Rain Man, right?
It is Rain Man.
All right, yeah, that's my guy. He's like calculating shit.
Hey, is that how you got your name?
No, but that's mad funny. Nah.
Hey, So how did Rain come about though?
Oh man, I've had that name since I was young.
Okay.
So it's a lot of people, you get around family members, everybody wants to claim how you got the name. So I don't know how I got the name. There's so many stories. But my real name is Randy, so
Right.
so it's Randy Rain. I don't know.
It's
It's a million stories.
it's still lit, bro. It's still a lit idea. All right, I gotta go into it. I told you I was doing my research on you.
Okay.
Right, and so some years back, 3 years back, you would say DNA was the best to do it in the game. Do you still feel that way?
Yes.
Word.
As far as battle rappers, he's the best to ever do it. Yes, I believe that.
Amongst everyone, please.
Every and anyone.
Give me how you got to this conclusion, please.
Just the fact that a lot of these guys, like I've been watching battle rap forever. You know what I'm saying? I was there when Lux battled Miles. I was standing there, you watching the crowd have the blue Averex jacket on. No, I'm lying, the blue Pele on. And this since then I still hear in 2020 guys who are still rapping at that level.
Mm-hmm.
This is years later. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like DNA is somebody who I see always constantly reinventing himself, elevating the game, trying creative shit. He could freestyle. He could do anything. When he's on that stage, he's comfortable in any room, big stage, small room. It doesn't really matter. He's always prepared. He always knows his work. He takes that shit very seriously.
That's real, man. So but iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
Who do you feel has, I know you're pushing. I know you've pushed him, right? Because I saw that interview where, you were talking about how he was talking about how you helped him with his album.
Mm-hmm.
And, so who in the industry, right, has pushed you, right? Who's that guy? Who's that person that's like motivating you to like, all right, what I'm saying, get in the studio, or hey, I think you need to go back and take a look at what that last track or stuff like that. Who's pushing you?
Nobody.
What?
Nobody. I've never came across anybody who works harder than me. Before the thought, like couldn't nobody would be able to tell me to go to the studio, because before you could think of it, I'm there. I'm here now. I have like the studio in the room. It's like
what?
It's like,
hey yo, like, bro.
I don't leave. I live here. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, I've never met anybody with a higher work ethic than me. Now, what I would say is, I have to check myself sometimes on releasing music, because sometimes I'm such a perfectionist, so I want it to sound a certain way, or I'm so busy watching the timing, like is the time right, that I wind up holding on to stuff. But as far as creating, I create all day. I try different stuff all day. You know what I'm saying? I experiment with music all day. I live music. I listen to everything also. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just like rap music. Rap music is hip hop music is the greatest genre of music ever.
Of course.
Be clear on that. But yeah, I love soul music. I love blues. I love some pop music. I love some disco. You know what I'm saying? I love that's what I do. Like today I was up all day. I just moved to Atlanta, and I was in here like putting furniture together, listening to Sugar Otis. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like, when it comes to being motivated and creating and being inspired, I just try to inspire myself by listening to other great artists.
That's real. That's real, man. It's crazy. If there's one thing that I hope people are taking away from this conversation, in what you just said, you just basically spoke to intrinsic motivation. All of that is really inside of you. And you are the one that's saying, hey, yeah, man, Randy, get up.
Yeah.
That's real, bro. Like, not a lot of people have that nowadays. And honestly, I feel like it's somewhat of a lesson that's lost on the next generation. But, that's solid. That's for real. That's solid.
And I think a lot of it has to do with people having, other obligations. It's
Right.
kind of difficult to get up and go to the studio every day if you have a job or if you have, other things going on. Like I found a way to get paid off of my music. So I wake up and go and make music. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I found a way to, eat off of something I love. And I feel like that's what everyone should do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. If you love something, find a way to get some money off of it. That way you can do it all the time.
Hey, look, teach me because I love doing this.
Yeah.
Hey, teach me because.
But yeah, that's it. Just monetizing it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Save these, upload them to YouTube when you're done. You know what I'm saying? And because you can monetize it, you can get money off. I think I'm not sure if they let you monetize on Instagram yet, but I know if they don't, it's coming. Right. I've been reading about that also, where you'll be able to monetize your live streams and different things of that nature. But yeah, but right now you should take all of your videos, all of your interviews, upload them on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Market it, let people know that it's there.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is. All we're doing, like even right now, that's what we're doing with cross branding. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
So all of this is dope, man. All of this is a start.
Most definitely, man. Thank you, man. For real. Like I appreciate that. Like, really,
that's real.
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going from listening to you to actually talking to you, like, and you speaking life into me, that's a real, hey.
Oh, man, now that's love, man. I feel like that's what we all should be doing is inspiring each other.
Yes, sir.
Motivate each other.
Man, speaking of inspiration, now I love like I sent you this. I know I sent you this question. I love the work that you're doing with 38 Special.
Oh, that's my guy.
Yo, what is it like about you that makes rappers, producers, and just everyone just reach out and say, okay, hey, look, I want to work with you, right? What do you think it is about you that says, hey, like they're gonna come to me?
Yeah, well, Special wasn't somebody who reached out to me. I reached out to Special because I thought Special was dope, and he wasn't releasing any music.
Oh,
so I came across like some old shit from Special, like in 2008, and I thought he was dope, and then I just remember just not hearing from him for a while. Right. And then I came across some more stuff, like some freestyles he was doing in the car. But even those were like dated back a couple years. I was like, man, I have to find this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when like the guys that I think are dope or that motivate me to want to write, they stop. So I didn't know what it was, but I just reached out to him like, yo, I fuck with your shit. I was showing him videos and people in my crib like listening to his shit, bobbing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, just keep going, like keep doing what you're doing, man. Like I fuck with it. And then we just started DMing back and forth, and man, he just took it there. You know what I'm saying? He just took it there. Like I think he released like over 20 projects this year. It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like so. The working with him is always dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's sitting there and collabing on beats or writing music together. He's on my new project that I dropped on the 18th. Yeah, so the new project is called Amber Vision. He's on it. Jim Jones is on it. Yowda is on it. From Maybach Music. Yeah.
Can I get a? Can I preview it before everybody?
Yeah, I'll say you a couple of joints.
Yes!
But that's definitely a project that I'm excited about.
Bet. I'm gonna shoot you my email again.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Hey, y'all heard it here. Like I'm about to preview music. I feel special. All right, man.
No doubt.
Thank you, for real though. Thank you for the honor, like for real.
No doubt. I got you.
Oh, bro.
Yes, Cabernet. This is definitely Cabernet.
Look at you. Look, they know.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, let's talk about some manhood stuff real fast.
Yeah.
Do you still have beef with anyone in the game? Because I know the titles on the YouTube videos can get salacious, right? They'll be like, hey, and it'll talk about you speaking on certain things with other artists, right? But do you currently find yourself still having issues with any of the other artists?
Nah. You know, it was times where I felt like all of this shit was real.
Right.
Like where somebody would say something, and you know, because where I'm from, you say you say you're gonna do something or it's gonna go a certain way. You know, I take that shit to heart.
Of course.
And you know, and I'm gonna defend myself because I'm a man. It has nothing to do with being a gangster or being tough. You know, ain't no corny shit like that. Just as a man, you know what I'm saying. So I just wasn't sure. There's been times where I wasn't sure where a lot of stuff was coming from, and you know, me knowing it, me feeling like it wasn't that you know nothing really there. I'll go online and just pick and make fun and do shit like that.
Yeah.
And people like it get blown out of proportion, like nah,
Yeah.
you know, because like just the reality of it. But no, I don't have no problem, like really, like real problems with anybody online. I wouldn't be doing the back and forth stuff online if I felt like I was ever in danger. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just it was like a lot of those issues that you'll see. You know, it was more so me. Yo, this isn't real. Like,
Yeah.
let me poke at you.
Just poking fun.
It'd be all in fun, you know what I'm saying? But if it's real and I really take it like that, it wouldn't be no internet stuff. But no, I don't have no problems with anybody. And you know, a couple of those situations could have got real, but it's like, you know, as a man, you see each other, you sit there, you talk, you figure it out. It don't really be about anything.
That's real. I rather like I'm honestly like I'm glad this was your answer, sincerely, brother, because I rather like no issues between, you know what I'm saying, especially people that I watch and be like, man, I just wish the best for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I you know, there's so much more money. One, there's money to be made, but you know what I'm saying, there's so much inspiration in the fact that, you know, like that isn't part of the story. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the next generation, like, man, look, all that back and forth online, that's just online stuff. We actually in real life, everybody's actually getting out there getting to this money. Everyone's out there trying to
in real life, we all laugh and joke together. Our homeboys are cool. Exactly. You know, because that's funny too, right? Because you be beefing with somebody, you bump into them, and it's like, once you talk it out, it's like, yo, you'll get it. Their crew is there, your crew is there. And it's like, all right, so what we're going to do? We're going to have a drink. All right, let's have a drink. You'd be like, man, if their friends is talking to you like, man, I really like your shit. I didn't want it to go there. Like, nobody wants that. You know, especially at this level, right? We get to this level, right? And it's like, we're all receiving blessings. No matter what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? But we're all receiving blessings, and it's corny to get to that point and start beefing and bringing negativity to that. And so I just seen Boosie say, you know, God ain't gonna bless you if you hating on people he blessed.
That's a word.
Pastor Boosie. Yeah, so you can't be out here going at it with people that, you know, that look like you, that's leveling up the same way you are. That's corny. You ain't with that.
Of course, man. Thank you for the knowledge, brother. Now, here's the thing. I gotta, because you know, I said it in the caption. My favorite song by you to this day is Black Mind, and I was gonna ask about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Where were you mentally when you dropped that? And also, I felt, man, I don't know what it is about that, you know, that piano in the back touches my heart every time, bro. Like, I
think that my man MG the Future did that beat.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's the same sample as Girls, Girls, Girls. He just filtered it down a little bit, but I think that's the same as that sample, the Tom Brock joint. But interesting story about that song. I'm watching an interview with Talib. Talib has a podcast, right? And he's interviewing Common. And Common was talking about this book. He's like, it's this book that I'm not gonna mention the book because everybody got to go find the book just like I found the book. Okay. Yeah. Or at least go watch the interview. Okay. I can't just give it to you. Go watch the interview. But Common mentions this book. It was like, yo, anytime he couldn't write, he would go pick up this book and go through, you know, these poems or these short writings from this I'm gonna tell you who it is. It's Dudley Randall. Dudley Randall. Yeah, but you gotta go. But I'm not gonna mention exactly what piece it was. But when he mentioned it, Tyler was like, "Shh, shh." Are you giving away the secrets? So I immediately ordered the book. What the fuck is in this book? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I immediately I opened the book, and man, it was just so powerful. The first page I opened up, it was a poem about Dudley Randall saying how even the woman that he loves, even if she left him, he would just love her like selfishly, like jealously and selfishly from a distance, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So then I just, after reading that, you know, I just, at the same time, I wound up getting this beat from MG the Future, and I just sat down and wrote the record. It was so much in the poem that I wish I could fit every emotion that I got in the song, but I couldn't. The poem is way better than the song. Yeah. I'm just be honest. But yeah, that's where the motivation, inspiration came from for that record.
Okay, so basically what I'm finna do is I'm finna order the book.
Yeah.
After I send you my email.
That's amazing, man. There's so much stuff. And then I've been going through that book. Every time I'm stuck, you know, I go pick up that book and read some dope writings, whether it's some poetry or newspaper clippings. There's different stuff in there, man. But, you know, I gave enough out for people to go find it. Yeah. And figure out what it is. Yeah.
I hope y'all paying attention, man. Y'all see all that on the ground? Jim, pick those up.
Yeah, pick those up, man, because it's real.
Yes, sir. Man, speaking of Black Mile, you know, I was listening to another song that you were featured on, and I hate that the title of the song is slipping from my mind, but I'm definitely gonna DM you about it later. But it was love that was it. Yeah.
Lean Lizzy.
Yeah, Lean Lizzy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Hey, I love that.
That was my favorite. That was like my favorite song I did this year.
Bam. I play it's on my playlist anyway. Like, you know, but yeah, I loved it because, you know, you touched on how, you know, even though being Black in America is so risky, you know, even though it's difficult, we still love it though. You know, yeah. It's still lit, right?
Yeah.
You know, how though is it that we can navigate today with this melanin being seen as a target, you know, by those that look at us, as well as, you know what I'm saying, as a curse by those that by some members of our community. Some members of our community feel like our melanin is a curse instead of a gift, right? How do we navigate life around these types of people?
I think building together, separating ourselves from motherfuckers who think like that. You know what I'm saying? I've always been on that type of time. I've always believed that we have to really start expressing our love for each other and building with each other, building our own everything. You know, or if that doesn't work, then be willing to collectively die about it. You know what I'm saying? That's really how I feel about it. And that's what that song was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to that song, it was a revolutionary song without trying to be preachy. I was trying my best. This is when the riots were happening, right? When George Floyd was murdered by the police officer and the riots were happening. At the same time, they got us locked down with this pandemic, right? And I was like, yo, how do I do a song about this without being preachy? I wanted to make a song about picking up a Black woman, right, and riding around the city watching all of this. So that's why the song starts off like that. Like, yo, it's going down outside. Where you at? I'm coming through. I pick her up, hold the door for her, and then we ride around and we just watch everything being burned down, right? But then as we're doing this, we're talking about how we're not getting no motivation from the music. It's no music that could speak to these times. It's nothing that could speak to these times. We have no one on our side, so what are we going to do? That's why the song ends with, yo, the cops get behind me. Like, this thing does reach 80. They'll never catch it. And it's like, what are we going to do at this point? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that song was special to me, man. And just, yeah, the whole idea of, like, just either we're gonna build or destroy. But if we can't build, if they stop us from building, then we have to destroy everything that's stopping us from building, instead of just destroying each other. So that's my outlook on that.
Man, respect, brother. Man, respect, man. Hey, look, the goal of this show is philanthropy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Garnering support from the onlookers and putting it towards a charity or nonprofit or some type of social action that you care about. So what charity, nonprofit, social action do you want to highlight today, and why is the cause that it faces so important to you?
Man, I don't have a specific charity, but what I do suggest is that people start taking care of the people around them. You know what I'm saying? Your local corner store, man. That guy outside that holds the door for you that asks for $1, he has a story. Go talk to him, man. So make sure he good. Give him something. You know what I'm saying? Go downtown with and spread love. The ice cream truck pull up, get a kid some ice cream, man. Like, do whatever you got to do to take care of yours, because it's going to start there. It's going to start right in front of you. Do something with your money that and give back in a way that you can actually see it.
Yes.
It's a lot of people that's in our circles that are going through some rough times, man, and they need that help. Give them that help.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, so before we close out, like I said, I want to say thank you so much for everything. For taking your time to do this interview with me. Man, it's an honor, sincerely.
I appreciate you,
man. But before we close, I always want to close with wisdom, right? What knowledge did you gain from being with from being with Maybach Music, right? That you can share to these up and comers that are trying their hardest in the game right now.
I'll say this: everybody I know that doesn't have a record deal wants one, and everybody that has one wants to get out. Right? So, just generally speaking, this is not throwing shade to anyone. This is just the truth. The truth is, do as much as you can for yourself. Figure out how to sell your own music. It's so much you could do, and until you exercise every single outlet, man, don't get up under nobody that's gonna tell you how your shit should sound, when you should put it out, what the vibe should be, or what you should be doing. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Now as far as Rick Ross in particular, like working with Ross is what I learned from Ross, just on a one-on-one, was the work ethic. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a guy who does, when he was working on that last album, the Port of Miami 2 album, he had 60 records recorded. And this was like, even that was like 4 months, 5 months before it came out. Who knows how much he recorded for that album? You know what I'm saying? But he's another guy who just stays in the studio. He works, and knocks out music. And we'll probably never hear all the music he has. So being able to work with Ross, I just really realized that, man, I don't know. I think if I was in Ross' position, I probably would have been bowling in the basement. Or watching, like, he has a bowling alley in his house. You know what I'm saying? I think I would have been like shooting pool, bowling, swimming, and riding the horses. Like, he wasn't doing none of that shit. He was just rapping.
Right.
So, yeah, he's an ill motherfucker, man. That dude is ill. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, once again, if money doesn't change shit. If you're passionate about something, you really love it, you're going to do it forever, no matter what position you're in.
Most definitely.
So, yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's going to be the inside joke. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Word.
Man,
That's crazy.
Ray, thank you so much again for your time. I want you to know whatever you put your hands to, I'm speaking it into. I'm speaking your success with it into existence. Sincerely, man. Like I want you to know, like you got a fan on this side, you got a support on this side, and yeah, you've literally come onto my platform and said, dropped a wealth of knowledge, and I know it's somebody that pulled something from this interview. How else though can we support you? How can the people find help and support, and what I'm saying?
The new album Amber Vision is about to drop. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some dope music, man. And I feel like I just want people to go listen to the music. That's it. I drop music. I'm not the guy asking people to send me a cash app. I don't have a bunch of stuff to sell you. You know what I'm saying? It's just I have dope music, and I feel like if more people listen to it, they'll be inspired. They'll be motivated. They might want to. It might make them want to get some money. It might make them want to go mend a relationship. It might make them want to fall in love. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna make you want to do something more than just sitting around. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you want to do something positive. And, it's just a good vibe, man. Throw it on Sunday while you cleaning. The album drops on the 18th.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a Friday, maybe. I don't know. I don't keep in. Yo, listen. I make the music. Yo, shouts to my man. Where he at? I think I just seen him in here. Where's he at? Fuck.
Who?
My man. My man, Mailman. Right?
Yeah.
He's the reason this new album is coming out.
Gotcha.
Because he's a long time supporter of mine, and he's the guy that like DMs me like, yo, release something, put something out. And I was like, fuck, let me drop some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I went a year without dropping a project. I was dropping records. I had 7 songs come out, but yeah, this project was really because of him, because he was like, yo, come on, put something out. And I just sat here with the songs that I had and listened to them and mixed them and added stuff to the beats and making sure it was tight. And here we go, Amber Vision.
Yo, y'all be on the lookout for that one. Hey, and Ray, Mailman, thank you so much for this music that he's about to email me, because I'm finna send him my email address right now.
No doubt. And big shout out to Equity. Equity is a part of Rock Nation, right? Yeah. And they will be the ones distributing the album. Okay. And that's another thing. It's like, they was there, they was ready for the past year and a half. And I've been just like, I don't know, I'll give y'all something when I'm ready. It's crazy. Yo, listen, I swear to God, like people be thinking I'm like chasing like this weird industry standard, and I'm really not. It's just that when I'm inspired, I make some music, and when I'm not, I'm not. I don't care about what outlet is in place when it happens. It just has to be. I have to feel it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm far from done. I haven't even started yet. Like I listen to Thriller. Like Quincy Jones made Thriller at 50. He produced Thriller at 50. So I'm far from done. I'm just still trying to understand this shit.
Yes, sir.
So they'll see me.
Man, so see, look, now you got me thinking about something, man. So it really don't matter when it hits. The when doesn't matter. It's just what you do when you have it. Like
time is an illusion.
Yeah.
Time is an illusion anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what was happening before the clock, before the calendar, the calendar? You know what I'm saying? How did we gauge this shit then? It's this shit right here. It's the apps, the Instagram, the numbers, the algorithms that artists feel like they're fighting against. We're not fighting against none of this shit, man. This shit, once the next thing come in, this will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, what do you feel right here? What hits you right here? That's when you go. That's when you release something. That's when you create. That's when you build something. Whatever it is, whether it's, however you choose to express yourself, whether it's drawing, whether it's, cooking, whatever. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just do it when you feel it. Put some love into it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Mike Hustle. That's like my manager, my closest friend. And he says, he has this thing that every time we go out to eat, he'll say, man, this feels like somebody cooked it with some love in it. Or if he walks in a restaurant and it's too scattered and he's like, it's not going to be no love in it. He doesn't want to eat there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real thing, man. Whatever you do, make sure some love in it, man. You know, and, you know, I have fun kicking it with you. Amber Vision next week. Yeah.
Bet that.
I hope everybody enjoys it.
Yo, no, they will. They will.
Yeah.
Y'all, make sure y'all cop that Amber Vision next week on the 18th. Rain, thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a blessed, amazing
Thank
evening.
you. Peace.
And I'm finna shoot you a DM. Yo.
Got you.
Got it. Oh my gosh, y'all. If y'all are just now tuning in, that was Rain. My man's, I'm about to shoot him my email and he's finna send these tracks over. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. If you're on the Austin, Texas area, please make sure you guys link up with my sponsor at Spirit Tree. They are a budding app where they get you your food and beverages. Make sure you guys tap in with Spirit Tree. If you like the content, please consider making a donation to $Ezel Moon. And make sure you guys lead by example. Follow what Rain said. Go out into your communities. Help somebody. Be a blessing to someone today, tomorrow, and the rest of your lives. Once again, I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Purchase my book, Purple Mike Wants a Bike, at Amazon.com. You can find it there. Just type in Purple Mike, type in Ezel Moon, and it'll pop up. If you guys want to follow me, no, not even if, go follow me at Ezel Moon _ on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people.